1970. 12-year-old Alan Beeks was an altar boy for then Bishop Roger O'Halloran. Age 18, a National Merit Scholar, a golden boy. His father, Lieutenant Governor of this great state, his mother, an heiress to one of the South's great fortunes. 10 years later, a convicted criminal, a rapist, a drug addict, a social pariah, disowned by his family. Broken but unbowed, he would go on to form the first prison choir group in the state of Florida, as well as a donation drive to raise $10,000 for the expansion of the prison library system. Yeah.
This may sound strange, but if it ever happened to me, God forbid, I hope it would be someone as charming as Mr. B.
Well, we'll make sure you two exchange phone numbers after the show. Miss Lewis, as the assistant DA who prosecuted Alan Beeks, surely you must admit that his rehabilitation is a model example of our penal system at its best.
While I certainly applaud Mr. Beeks' desire to assimilate back into mainstream society, I must remind you that the DA's office feels his parole is somewhat premature.
Meaning the debt's not paid, or once a rapist, always a rapist, Miss Lewis.
No, just that a 3-year sentence reduced to 20 months is considerably less than the 7 to 10 years we felt justified in asking for.
This was a first-time offense, Miss Lewis.
I'm well aware of that. But this case was an extremely high-profile case. The defendant was white, the privileged son of a prominent family, and the victim, black.
Are you saying that all parties concerned would be better served if this man were still incarcerated?
I'm saying that I believe that justice should, in order to be effective, be blind. You're suggesting that a first-time rapist deserves a break. I'm saying that Alan Beeks' sentencing and parole should have been handled no differently than that of an unemployed field worker.
If I may interject, Murray, if I may interject something here, I would just like to say that for the most part, I'd be hard-pressed to disagree with Miss Lewis. I believe in fairness and equality, but equality cuts both ways. If that unemployed field worker has demonstrated a full understanding of the severity of his mistake, and he's ready to re-enter society, then I see no reason to prolong his stay in an overly crowded prison system which usually serves to harden most of its inmates.
Most of you are aware, I'm sure by now, of Alan Beeks' desire to publicly apologize to Ellen Mason. Well, we asked Miss Mason to be on the show with us today, and she refused. How about, by show of applause, we decide whether or not we try to call her right now, live from the studio. Let's have it. Let's see if Ellen Mason will at least talk to this man via phone.
Don't answer it.
The issue before us today is there no redemption possible for a man who has made a tragic mistake? Tomorrow, mercenaries for hire, soldiers of fortune, or paid assassins.
Mr. Phillips, I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to present my side of the story.
Right.
Hello?
You should have accepted the apology, you witch. In case you didn't learn the first time, I'm gonna have to teach you. You should have accepted the apology.